Alright, so how's it going, everyone? This is the first video that I make regarding female to male transition. My girlfriend's sleeping in the room, so I'm trying to talk a little low. I decided to make this channel because as I'm doing my research on female to male transition, I see how there's a lot of questions and how I could see more of other people's transition from beginning to end. And I would like, or this is why I decided to make a YouTube channel literally from beginning to end. My name is Zoma. I'm actually 30 years old. I'm about to be 31 in August. And the whole purpose of this specific video is basically how I find out that I'm considered a transgender person. Just so everyone knows, I am not on T at the moment. I also I have not done any transition whatsoever. I have already started into looking into the process, but I haven't got my first shot or anything like that. And I think this is why I want to make my video now, so you guys could see my very first video before I'm starting until the very end. I'll start making more videos, every week, every month, and so on. But right now it's just basically about how it all started. I used to consider myself, just, I guess, a lesbian person, you know. Obviously, I've liked girls since I was a little kid. I've heard about transgender, trans people. I've always thought it was just like an anatomy thing. You would change your, you would do bottom surgery, you remove your breasts, and I guess that was it. I wasn't really as informed as I am now on what transgender means. This video is not just to help those that are in the process of transitioning, but hopefully for those who might be confused, or that way hopefully you don't transition and then later try to detransition because you realized it wasn't for you. Also, this is just for educational purposes, so this is also for people who want to know a little more about people in the trans community. So basically, someone that is trans is someone that mentally they believe they are a specific gender. When you are in your mother's stomach, you're created a mentality of a woman, for example, the body of a woman, right? Your soul is a woman, right? Or vice versa. Soul as a man, body as a man. We all know that we all start as women, and then once whatever happens and you just, you become male, then you become male, and then your mentality changes as well, and you grow up as a little boy. However, there are occasions where your mind thinks like a woman and your body becomes like a man, or vice versa. In my situation, my mentality is extremely like a dude, and my body obviously is a female body. I had no idea I was a transgender person. Like I said, I didn't really know what the meaning was. So the purpose of this video, like I said, is educational purposes, and this is basically how I, like I said, came to a conclusion, not conclusion, but realized, I guess, that I was trans. I've always struggled since I was a little kid, always being tomboyish. I'm the only person in my family, as far as I'm concerned, that's like this, so it's not something that I grew up seeing other people going through the same thing like me, or this was never a topic in my family. Even though my family's not that religious, they're open-minded about a lot of things, but that topic was just never brought. There wasn't really a reason why. So the thing with me is not that I was just tomboyish, it's that I didn't just act like a dude. I think like a dude. And I know this might sound kind of off, because how am I gonna think like a dude if I don't look like a dude? And this comes to the same thing that I said earlier, that your mentality and your body is something completely different. You don't think of how you look, right? You think completely different. So in my mentality, since I was born, mentally wise, I was never happy with my body, because just pretend if you're a girl and one day you wake up in the wrong body, or vice versa. You're a dude and one day you wake up in the wrong body of a woman, right? Mentally, your mind's not gonna change. You be like, oh, I was born a woman, I guess I'll adapt to this. No, your mind's gonna go crazy, because you're like, well, I don't belong in this. What is this? I wanna rip this off. I miss my, my bottom stairs area, So your mind is definitely not not leveled with your body. So as I started getting older, the more I started hating my body. With my partner, I cannot, or my fiance, I shouldn't even say girlfriend, my fiance, we're about to get married September 14th of this year. And she is a 100% lesbian. She loves women that look like boys. She likes studs, and I guess that's what I've always considered myself, a stud. For those that are not familiar with the term stud, it's just I guess a woman that dresses like a dude. But I've always played my role as a boy very defined. I've always had issues with my partners. I haven't really been in relationships, but as I think about it, I've never really been with 100% lesbian women or anything like that. Most of the people I've been with were either bisexual or they were, straight. And I put quotation marks because sometimes there's curiosities there, right? But like I said, each to their own. I'm not here to judge anyone. That's a different topic. But the only person that I think that I've been with that was fully lesbian was, well, I can't even say that because she used to be with men before. I'm not sure, I guess just my girlfriend now, right? But with her, it's been a serious relationship. But she's told me a lot of things about me that I never really thought about until recently. Is that I don't think like a typical stud, I guess, or like a typical woman. I'm not as sensitive. I think I'm not as romantic. I even went to. I was going to therapy because of some stuff that I had. I was personally dealing with, and also for my ADHD and dyslexia. But that's a different story. But I was going to I was going to therapy for myself, to work on myself. And even my therapist, he told me that he was very respectful by the way, and he asked me how I wanted to be referred as, him or her, right? I've always said I don't mind. I mean, whatever their people are comfortable with, I mean, I'm not here to argue anything about that. It's not really a problem for me. I'm physically a woman, so if most people call me she, I look mainly like a dude, so some people feel comfortable calling me as how I look like a dude. Obviously, I've always felt more comfortable when people call me he. And when I get mistaken, I'm the happiest person, right? But I've always thought it was wrong for me to feel like that because I'm a woman, physically a woman, and I hate that. But that's a battle that I've had for my entire life, since I can remember. But my therapist told me that he sees me as a very defined male, as a very defined person. My personality, my demeanor, the way I am, the way I think, the way I guess I carry myself has always been very, very masculine and very defined. And the problems that I have with my partner are pretty much the same problems he sees that happen between regular couples, between a man and a woman. So I started hearing things like that, right? My girlfriend always also telling me that I don't think like a girl at all. And I'm not saying that every dude can cook. I'm not saying that every dude makes a mess. I'm not saying that every dude can decorate or that every dude can't be romantic, right? I mean, that's up to the person, but I guess the majority or typical dudes, I guess, are not as much in their sensitive side, I guess. And there's nothing wrong if you are. Like I said, I'm not here to judge anyone. But I started hearing stuff like that. I have always tried to get rid of my breasts. I have really large breasts. I obviously have a binder right now, so I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, I have a binder, and when I bought the binder, it was one of the best things that I thought had happened to me because my chest was flat, or at least well, my boobs looks like a chest, and that makes me very happy. Because if without it, I think like I don't know, I remember the last time I wore a bra. I used to wear sports bras, but I wear large sport bras, and I think the last time I wore a bra was like teenager, and I was like a 36C. I don't even know what that is right now. So now I'm probably like maybe like a D or something. I don't know, but they're pretty large. So I've always struggled with that my whole life. I've always had struggle with my back also. So my doctor referred me to to I forgot how you call it, but this other doctor that would analyze me and see if removing my breast would, you know, help alleviate the pain from my back, right? I was kind of happy because I was like, yes, that means they could remove my breast, right? And I'll be really happy. Or at least a breast reduction or something to like an A cup, and then I could wear a binder and it'll look like I really have a chest, right? I was just thinking about that, but in reality, I didn't want my chest at all. And I think because, again, the way I carry myself, the way I answer to questions, I think, I don't know, they denied it. They even asked me if I was thinking of transitioning into becoming a transgender. I felt a little bit offended because that had never crossed my mind. I didn't know what that was. So when they said that, I was telling them, like, transgender, I was, no, I'm not. I'm just here because of my back problem. And then they would ask me questions, about that my breasts are not as large as the majority of the women who have back pain. So that means that I don't have enough for them to remove, and if they're removed, it looks like I'm pretty much not gonna have anything. So I told them that I was gonna be happy with that. So I guess that kind of kind of made him ask me more questions, and obviously I got denied. But the reason I got denied was because mainly I didn't have enough breast for them to remove. That's what they said. But when they started bringing the topics of, or the questions about me thinking about ever becoming a transgender, that was the second time, a third time, or I don't know, a few times already that I was hearing about those kind of stuff. So it kind of started making me think a lot. I did talk to my primary doctor, and I told him what they had said, because I thought that the reason why it didn't approve me was because of because they thought that I was transgender or something. Then my doctor explained to me it was because of the weight of my breasts and so on and so on. The breasts have to weigh a certain amount for them to remove it. And then I told him about the transgender stuff, and then she was very cool about it. She told me, "Oh, you know what? Well, have you ever considered?" And it kind of caught me off guard again. I told her, "What is it?" She kind of explained to me a little bit. She's, I guess she's seen how I am as well, and she kind of said that how if I see myself like a man, I think like a man, transgender, I would take testosterone, and I can't pronounce it that good. Testosterone, I don't know, T shots, right, or T, and I will start losing my figure, and I will start transitioning into a man. That never crossed my mind ever in my whole life, even though I've always in my mind wanted to be a man. In my mind, I am a man, but I wanted to physically become a man so I could feel 100% how I look, instead of being uncomfortable because I don't feel how I look, right? I feel like a man, but I don't look like one. So I wanted to feel, how I see myself in my mind. I was very nervous, so I said, no, thank you, that's not for me. I'm not the type to do any kind of surgeries or put anything in my body. Like I've always been, I don't even take medication. Like I've always been kind of very holistic. So yeah, but as time goes by, I've put my fiance through a lot, because she's seen, like I said before, I've never been in a serious relationship. I've been in a serious relationship for 80 years before her, but it wasn't really a stable relationship, if that makes sense. So this to me is the serious relationships I've ever had. She's my ride or die. I love her to death. I'll do anything for her, and I have so much respect for her because she's put up with me so much, that I don't know, I hit the jackpot with her, So she's seen the roller coaster that I take, and the battles that I have. with my mind, you know, because I can't seem to, I guess, accept who I am. I already know I like girls, you know, but I don't let her touch me, okay? I don't let her touch my breast. She plays with them sometimes, like goofing around. I don't mind her putting her hands sometimes, goofing around, but I don't get any pleasure out of it. I will not let her like kiss it or like lick it or anything like that. When it comes to down here, obviously, who doesn't like and I know this is gonna be a little bit graphic, but like I said, this is just for educational purposes only, okay? But who doesn't like head, right? Whether you're a dude or a woman, you like it, but it's always been very hard for me to enjoy it because of the way you need to be. You know, having my legs open, it's something very uncomfortable for me. Like I wish it didn't have to be like that, obviously, because my mentality is different. I wish I could be standing up, you know, and I could have something, you know, if you know what I mean. I just wish, like, my pleasure in my mind is different than it would be to a woman that wants to be caressed or like touched, loved, kissed everywhere, you know, penetration and stuff like that. I don't like any of that. The way I will enjoy pleasure. Obviously, I enjoy it by giving her pleasure as well, and I do come to orgasms, but it's very hard. It's not the oral sex. It's not her touching me down there. It's honestly been with a bullet that we use that I put on, and she could, you know, be on top of me and both feel it, or if I'm using a strap on, you know, the briefs that I have are especially for that. So there's a little pocket where you can put a bullet in there, and yeah. So I mean, there's ways, right? But I'm never 100% satisfied, and that's because I'm not comfortable with my body. I never take my shirt off when we're intimate for the same reason, because I don't want to see these like moving or shaking or hanging like. And I know it's not like 100% satisfying to her because she wishes she could touch me. She wishes she could see me. You know, she wants me to be comfortable. I can't. I feel so uncomfortable taking a shower with my fiance. I keep saying girlfriend. When she ever sees this video, she's gonna, you know. But she knows I love her. She sees when I'm the struggles I take when I'm changing, when I'm about to shower, when I'm putting on my pajamas, and I have to always see myself like it's a challenge, and my struggle is that I can't accept it. I hate it, but I don't want to change it because I want to be okay with it, you know. I try to tell my mind like, Zuma, knock it off, because yes, you think like a dude, you act like a dude, you feel you're a dude, man, but you're a freaking woman. You look like a woman, and you're always gonna be a woman. That's what I tell to my mind every single day, and it's a freaking struggle because no matter how much I tell myself that every day, my mind has a mind of its own. It thinks what it wants to think, regardless of what you say or what I say to myself. Like, I know about all of this stuff. I've tried when I was younger, not even be gay. I tried to be straight. I tried to like dudes. I thought that one day I was eventually gonna like it, and it's not satisfying. It's not what I'm looking for. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just like literally, like I literally woke up I'm in a movie, and I literally woke up one day in the wrong body, and I'm really struggling with it because either I adapt to it or it adapts to me. That's what that was my conclusion at the end of the day. Okay, And I got to that conclusion after hearing all these people telling me how much I am like a dude. And I'm over here telling myself, like, stop being like a dude. You're a woman, you know. Or, Zuma, you need to learn how to live in a woman's body. And it's hard. It's hard. I've prayed to God. I've talked to him. And it's very challenging. Until one day I met a friend of ours, a family friend. We I met her wife, and her wife is a transgender, and she doesn't look like a transgender yet. She looks like a girl dressed in guy's clothes, right? But excuse me, they, even them, not them, but our friend, her name is I'm really bad with names and dates. I'll let you guys know that right now. Okay. The femme. I think Gabby's a stud. I forget. The femme, our friend, and the stud is, or the trans is her wife. Yes. Okay. My friend, our friend, the femme, she's also a lesbian, but she's always liked feminine women though. When she met her husband or wife, right, she was a femme, and later came out, started dressing like a boy, right, and now is transitioning into becoming a man. And the femme, our friend, will always tell me that I have a lot of testosterone already, I guess, because I'm too much like a dude, and you know, and they always tell me this kind of stuff. That she has a hard time calling me she calls me most of the time him, right, as a he. So when I met her, I think Gabby's her husband. I'll say husband. It's kind of hard to say husband because she still looks like a woman, but I have to get used to saying husband, right? Her husband, he. I used to refer to him as he. He would talk to me about he's talking to me about his transition. He started showing me videos and photos and all these things, and he started telling me how I already have a lot of testosterone in me, and that he started telling me about changes that he's starting to notice already, about a little bit of facial hair, that his clit is getting larger, that he's starting to his fat starting to distribute in different areas of his body, so he's starting to lose the feminine curves and body that he has. So basically he's slowly transitioning into a man, and I never realized how much I wanted to become a trans until I heard like all these good things that happen to you, right? And I guess you could say your body naturally changes through testosterone, right? So as she was explaining to me, I was thinking like, damn, like really, like I'm not gonna have curves. Like I don't really have it as much, but I still do. I mean, I'm physically a woman, so I was like, really, like I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna have curves, and that thing's gonna grow. Like really, that means it's gonna be easier, like, and sensation is better. Like really, that's awesome. You know, your voice is gonna change, and like, damn, like the facial hair, I was kind of like skeptical about it. I don't like I'm the type of person that I don't like hair anywhere. For some reason, I like to be smooth everywhere. So legs, arms, toes, and anywhere, you name it, right? Except my head. But about the facial hair, I was thinking like, I don't know about the facial hair, and then I was thinking, I don't know about the voice, because then I feel like I'm I want to be, or I'm trying to be, right? That's what I was putting in my head. So I was like, yeah, it sounds exciting, but I don't think I would do it for so long because I don't think I want that. I didn't realize that I was still fighting with myself. I was bullying myself. I'm torturing myself because I was still trying to adapt to my body, and I'm making my body adapt to who I am in my soul and my mind. So he kept talking to me about the stuff. Then my girlfriend would kind of tell me like, "You're not thinking about doing that, right? I like girls," and it kind of discouraged me a little bit. I don't want to lose her, so I was thinking like, what, you're right. This is just crazy. Like I'm fine the way I am. It's cool. I'll just. And she would tell me like, yeah, well, just get your breast reduction. I mean, your breast removed, and it's already gonna increase your confidence level. So I was like, yeah, you're right. Maybe that's just all I need, right? I already kind of look like a dude. I guess it's fine. But but um but yeah, I talked. My aunt was there too, so my aunt was like, I hope you're not thinking about doing that, Zumu. So yeah, and then I will talk about it with my family. I don't know how the subject was brought up, but family does accept me for who I am now, and they respect it. They don't agree with it, obviously. I mean, who would? It is obviously anyone would prefer that you're just to their eyes normal and that's it. But they don't want, your family never wants you to have any kind of complications, right? They want you to just be happy. Unfortunately, sometimes our happiness is not their happiness. But yeah, I mean, I'm thankful. It's been a tough road, but they accept me now, and I'm very thankful for that. And I know how hard it could be for those that struggle with that. I also have that struggle with my father. Again, that's another story. And if you guys like, please comment below. Since this is my first video introduction and how I realized I'm becoming trans, and just pretty much like a little bit of everything right now. So comment below if you guys want me to talk a little bit about how I'm dealing with people that don't accept me. But yeah. So the guys in my family, my mom's boyfriend and my aunt's husband and my other aunt's husband, all the dudes basically, they regardless, it seems like a dude. So they say, Zuma, just go for it, do it, man. Like it's fine, just go for it. So I mean that feels kind of exciting for me because they treat me like a dude, but they also got that thing where they say, but you're still a girl, Zuma, so be careful, don't get hurt. And I'm like, man, like thanks for that reminder. It's just like I already go through that when I get home, but since I've always had that little thing, so I was thinking like maybe when I'm on the session, I don't think I'm gonna go through that anymore because they won't see me as this weak 5'1" woman trying to be a dude, because that's to them.